What's up, homies? Little Big Robots back. Another video. Let's get some of this junk out of the way and get this big boy here. You might remember I put this into my unboxing thingy, basically where I unboxed it. And this is the oh, he's in there. I forgot. Sorry, Big Tony 172. This is an interesting kit. It's from an anime. I haven't watched the anime. I need to go check it out. But I believe it's kind of like a little girl pilots this Big Tony guy, and et cetera, and it's supposed to be really entertaining and fun. I haven't yet watched it, so I've got a Crunchyroll because I've been watching Witch from Mercury, so I need to go. I definitely need to go check this one out because it's supposed to be a lot of fun. But the kit is interesting. Let's just say that I like new designs. I love new designs. It's got a transformation gimmick that I'm not really going to mess around with too much. I'll probably throw it together, but you can see it's a bit silly. But as a bot, which is the most important, I think it's a really interesting looking bot. The assembly is fun too, and not fun, but different. And I like different once in a while because you get some weird little mechanics here that'll, oh, well, let's go ahead and take that off. That will, you get these treads that make up the legs. Those are obviously going to turn into the treads of the thing. These are like the fenders of the tread. The problem I'm having with some of the bits is that it plugs into there, for example. So it plugs in right there. And that portion is tight enough that you can't get it to lay down flush like that. So this is supposed to fold up and that's supposed to lay down flush. Right, because that is still too tight. You'd really have to kind of turn it, get it, if that makes sense. You need to get it just a little bit further, and you can't do that. So, for example, let me see if I can show you what it's showing here, where it showed you to do that. So, you plug it into there, and you fold it down. You see how kind of flush that looks there? The problem is as that folds down, it needs to go past a little bit further to get past that little amount of grip. It's hard to explain. So you wind up with, it looks good from the front, but from the side, it's definitely not as flush. There's got to be a fix or solution for that. I'm seeing here, now that I'm looking at it, that upper part, this might need to just turn some more. So let's turn these up, actually. And so maybe the whole leg, can that turn from that? So see, I'm wondering if the whole leg needs to turn a little bit more. Like, to put that more flushed with it. It's hard to explain. Maybe it needs to go back a little. Anyway, I'll mess with it some more. So it's just got some weird parts like that don't quite work. I like vehicle transforming gimmick things. I think that's fine. I don't really care that much about the vehicle parts. Usually I just want a cool bot. But if the vehicle transformation gimmick gets in the way of a cool bot, it doesn't do anything for me. I can see why a lot of people were excited about this kit. It's very, very interesting looking. It's huge. It feels huge. I'd say it's not a huge kit physically, but it feels like a big chunky boy. It's a fun looking bot. But once you start assembling it, the quality is there. It's okay, but there's little parts like that arm is loose. You get this little cool little pumping action thing with the arm. I guess it's extended probably in the transformation, but it's kind of like not in there real tight. These are all stickers on each one of these little post things that go in, which I don't know why that's a sticker. Why couldn't they just make that in gray? You get the cool hands, which the hands are cool looking, and when they fold together, they're supposed to eventually close up like this. So to make them closed up looking, oops, you simply take it. Oh, geez. You see what I mean? Like the parts are just not super well put together. So to get that, god dang, to get that off, you go like that, and then you pop that in there. And then it makes like he's looking at the drill bit version or whatever. So it's cool. It has some interesting gimmicks and stuff like that. The arm design is really unique. It's a bit too weak for my taste. That's one of the problems I have with Votoms, for example. I love Votoms are probably my favorite looking mecha, but the arm where it mounts to the body, the pilot sits in there, and this is all empty space. So this arm, everything that the arm is based on is based on that joint connecting. I mean, that's the weakest point in the whole bot. And it's kind of like that with these shoulder bits. It's interesting looking to have these pieces kind of like hollow here, but it feels very weak. I would rather have them like this, so at least the side profile doesn't look like, I don't know, it still looks weak, but not as weak. Or maybe you could fold it up somehow and have that a little bit more solid, or have a covering or something. But that right there just feels like, to me, that's the first part that's going to fail on any. Not that I'm trying to be realistic about it, but you know what I mean? It just feels a bit, it's a bit weak. So it's got some interesting things to it. The transformation gimmick, let's see, we might as well look at it. I'm not a fan of the transformation stuff, just because I don't, if you got to take off parts and stuff, how about I just show you like that? There you go. You've got to take off parts to transform something. It's not really, so see, you got to fold the legs completely up, which is interesting. The legs do have a neat mechanic, a neat feel to them. You can see the stuff in here is really fancy. Like it's a really nice bit there. It looks really cool, but again, look how weak it looks. So that is holding that entire leg together. So while it's cool that it's transforming or whatever, that to me feels like, well, that the entire bot is standing on one little point here. There's no additional stuff. Now I know it's transforming and blah, 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 and it's a tank mode or whatever, but that to me just feels, it ruins the whole illusion and the whole fun of a bot that eventually, how does that go back together now? That eventually turns into something. It would have been better if they just left it more simple and left the legs more solid looking, if that makes sense. The whole thing should have been made more simple. Like this is the back of the foot, again, pretty interesting, but it's based on that one little pin area. So how much support is that going to really provide this bot? But having said that, interesting design for sure. I think it'll look cool on the shelf. It would look cool with some painting, some customizing. There's some cool bits in here for customizing, and maybe for adding it to other kits or whatever, so you might want to get it for that. But other than that, I would steer clear of it. I can see why it's discounted. You do get these fun little parts like this where you can pull off, I believe you can pull this off. You see what I mean? It's just real gimmicky. It's like, not gimmicky, finicky. And I do not like finicky stuff. I like something that I can pick up. How do you do this? Pick up and mess with without it falling apart. If it falls apart, it's not a well-made thing. You should have made a better quality version of the thing and sold it for more money. So yeah, that whole thing should come off. So this whole section here, let's take off the arm. Doop. So this whole section here, there we go. And then you could put this in here, which I thought was kind of fun. And you put it back. It's like he's shooting a pew, or you got this one, you can use a wire, so you can do it however you want. You can do a longer one. I thought that one was cute, like it was uncoiling as he was shooting it, you know. So some fun action bits like that. My cat would probably like it a lot. He wants to get the box. But anyway, not a bad kit, not a great kit. Get it on discount only, and you're not going to be disappointed. Other than that, skip it. So have a good one, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.